So students, as we have discussed the introductory part of the sources of short-term finance, now we will discuss the meaning of the public deposits. So as we have discussed in the first video, public deposits are those deposits which are made by the public, which are made by the employees and the shareholders of the company in the company. So public deposits refer to those deposits which are deposited in the company in the form of loans. So public deposits refer to those deposits which are deposited from the shareholders, including the employee, shareholder of the company, as a loan to the company, and the company in return also provides a higher interest to them. So these public deposits are done with the non-banking companies. Means the this is a company which is not specialized in the banking sector. So the public deposits are those deposits which are deposited but in the form of loan to the NBFCs, means non-banking companies, and including the employees and the shareholders of the company. They do all the thing, means the depositing the money. And these public deposits, they also provide a higher rate of interest as if compared to the normal bank companies. And the companies also goes for looking loan for a short term period. So it is like it is written here, public deposit refers to the deposits of money. Public deposits refer to the deposit of money, as I have stated, made by the public with the non-banking companies. And these deposits, as I have said, refers to the loans which are given by the employee of the company as well as the shareholders of the company. And over the recent years, these public deposits have created a huge uproar and created a name, very good name, that these public deposits give a very high rate of interest if compared to the normal bank. So these deposits refers loans from the public, including employees and shareholders of the company, and the depositor who are depositing those money in this company of the short-term sources of finances. They get a higher rate of interest than that available in banks, and therefore at the same time the companies find it cheaper. That public deposit companies also find it cheaper and economical if compared to the bank ones. Now we'll come to the advantages and the disadvantages. So advantages are economical, simple, trading in equity, no charge on assets, medium term, flexibility, no interference, and wide contacts. So now we'll discuss the merits or the advantages of public deposits. First is economical, that is cheap. That the legalities and all the procedure are less, so it's very economical and cheap, means all the thing which is not very complex. So economical means that doing all the depositing of loan or taking of loan from the people of for raising finance is does not involve so much complicated or no so much legal formalities also involved. So it is economical and it's simple to. Having said that, it does not create a lots of severe and legal formalities which is not involved in this public deposits. So it is simple to, means it is not that it consists of several process and several steps to complete. So it is very simple. So uh, it is economical because it does not involve so much cost in processing the application, and if you compare to other sorts of securities, so it is cheap. Economical means it is a little not so expensive. Now trading on equity, as we have said, I have stated so many times that trading in equity means that financial leverage. When a company uses the funds for getting the maximum return, when a company uses the borrowed funds, not their own funds, when a company uses the borrowed fund instead of their own funds to get the maximum return, to get a huge profit of it, that is known as trading in equity, that is known as financial leverage. So in this public deposit, trading in equity is very much a plus point for the joint stock company, so that they can use the loan of the employees and the shareholders of the company and can get the sales revenue, can get the maximum profit out of it. So trading on equity is available. And next is medium term. Medium term means the span of time or the duration of time period. So public deposits means the loans which are given by the different sorts of people from different sectors, the employees, the shareholders of the company. It is not for a longer period of time, neither it is for a short period of time. It is for a medium period of time where the company can do its activities, and after doing all the activities, after completing the medium term, means the time which is given by them, they have to repay that money. Now that is six number, that is flexibility. So it is not so much rigid, it is not so much that is static in nature. It is a following, public deposits are following the form of flexibility. Whenever the circumstances changes, whenever the all the rules, regulation, taxation policies changes, so the flexibility arises, means it is very much easy to operate, easy to mold, and easy to adapt. So public deposits comes under the short term sources of finance, where these companies can make amendments, these companies can make all the adjustment when it is necessary for them. And no interference means there should be no dilution in control of the company affairs. The depositor, if they are depositing the money, if they are giving loans to the company, that does not mean the depositor will get the voting rights. So there is no intervention, there is no dilution in the control of the company. Means the owners will have the full control of the company. So there is no interference in the management of the company. And that is wide context. During this taking loans from different sectors, from different sorts of companies, from different employees, from their own employees. So these public deposits comes up along with a whole range of people, and they maintain a good relationship, and they build a wide contacts from different sectors of the corporate companies. So this is also a plus point. Now we come to the disadvantages or the demerits of the public company. That first is unreliable. So from the word unreliable, it states or implies that public deposits are not reliable. It is not dependable, because whenever the depositors deposit their money in the public deposits, the depositor may withdraw their money when the depositor thinks that company is not in good stable position, the company is in shaky position. So that is known as unreliable. That is also known as fair weather friend. When the company is in good position, when the company is having good economy, good profit maximization, so the depositor stays with you. And when the company is in shaky position, the depositor withdraws their money. So that is unreliable, a bit not dependable, uncertain type of. So this is also a limitation or demerit. Now, risk to investors. There is a potential risk to investors, because when the investors invest their money, when the investors deposit their money to the public deposits, so the company will feel it, that company will use it as per their like. So whether the depositor will get their money back, whether the investor that they are investing the money in the public companies, public deposit companies, that is also uncertain if they will get their money back. That is also not sure. So this is also a risk to investors. Not available to new concerns. So public deposits are not available to new concerns. Those companies who are setting up now, those companies who are establishing and creating their own enterprise or company right now, so the new firms and the stagnant firms who are not generating enough revenue, they do not get any sorts of help from the public deposits. So it is not available to the new concerns. That is also uncertain. So this is also a disadvantage. Now we move to the next disadvantage, that is restricts growth of capital market. So whenever these public deposits came into the this finance market came into the raising for short-term finances, it sorts of restricts or prohibit the growth of capital market, because it created a spur that it is giving a high rate of interest, and thereby making the changes in the interest rate system as compared to the normal banking and other companies. So it tries to distort the total industrial structure and the capital market of the country and the economy. So it restricts and prohibits the growth of the capital market. So this is also a disadvantage. And next is speculation. Speculation means trying to manipulate the prices of the shares by doing insider trading, over trading, manipulating the prices, uh, price rigging of the shares, because the directors of the company, the owners, the insiders of the company, those who gain excessive knowledge of about the shares and the securities, so they go on doing all the sorts of unethical practices which leads to price rigging of the shares, doing insider trading, doing over trading for their own purpose, for making their own money and profit maximization, instead of looking for their ignorant and innocent investors. And thereby this is also a disadvantage of the public market. So we have done the meaning of the public deposits and the merits of the public deposits and the demerits of the public deposits. So all of you students of Commerce Class 12, you have to watch the video very carefully, precisely, minutely and attentively several times, numerous times, so as to get the meaning. So I've written the meaning here, and the advantages we have discussed, the disadvantages we have discussed. You have to watch the video carefully, and all of you have the book, I know, so you have to refer the book several times to get the meaning, to get the insight of it. And if any sorts of doubts comes, do revert back it to me so I can provide the required assistance. And most of all, your exams are knocking, your exams are coming, so prepare yourself accordingly. Chapter 1, 2 and 3 as per the scope and syllabus. All of you do have the syllabus, I know, and if you don't have, do ask. I'll provide you and update your copies. So your copies will be submitted and it will be evaluated and assessed. So you can jot down these points at your respective commerce copies.